I met a gypsy.
So I just wanted to, talking about staying relevant, where's my note in my chicken scratch here? So 6 times Phillip Island, 2008 pole lap is still relevant. So I've thought I wrote the exact time down. I watched shout out to the dude. I hope he watches this podcast because he's obviously a big fan of you. That he made this really cool video of you and Marquez. I think Marquez's best lap time ever at Phillip Island is 2015. Yours was 08, I believe, and it was like his was like 368 and yours was like 660 or something like that. So a lap from 08 is still relevant in the modern era with all like the changes
as
and
much
stuff
as
like
I'd
that.
like to take credit for that, we had qualifying tyres.
Oh, really?
So unfortunately, my laps will never be relevant in today's time because Phillip Island got resurfaced. So the year after I retired, they resurfaced it, and it went from, quite honestly, it was a piece of crap. The surface was terrible, and then it got resurfaced, and it's amazing. It's got grip to, it was incredible. The lap times just dropped by nearly 2 seconds. So as much as, Phillip Island was pretty easy for me to win, and, we always had plenty of margin to the people behind. I never got to ride on it when it was smooth. It was always rough. The surface was very, very bad, and at the moment, I think it's still pretty good. I think it's a long time since it's been resurfaced now, but I was really disappointed that I never got to ride a smooth Phillip Island, because if I had, I would have loved to see what I could do on it.
Really?
Lots of lap time, yeah.
Were you so that 08 lap is like the best lap that you did there? How much is like in the tank? If you say like, all right, resurface, give me my best bike I had with quality tires on like this sick new surface, is there a lot that's left in the tank, do you think? Or
I think I ended up doing a 1 minute, so I did a 28.1 or something with the qualifying tires.
I can't remember exactly what
something
it was.
like that. And anyway, there wasn't much left in that tank because Michelin had the better qualifying tires through that weekend. And we just absolutely, I had to ride out of my skin to get pole on that one. That was pretty awesome. But I think I ended up doing a 28 in 11 or 12 or something during one of the practice sessions, because it was always very weather dependent.
Yeah,
Phillip Island, it's always, if it's blowing, you're going to lose nearly a second a lap. If it's a bit rainy and spitty, you're going to lose time. So it's very weather dependent. It has to be pretty well spot on to get the lap times down. So I did a 28 or something without qualifying tyres. I can't remember what year it was. And I felt like, with the new surface and everything, I could have probably got to a 26, no problem. I don't know what they ended up at, but that was just sort of my judgment of knowing what people I used to race against, what they kind of got to as well.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I think it was a lot of the bad surface and the wind and everything like that is what made me different around Phillip Island. I put myself in different positions than everybody else would because of track conditions, because of all these other things, elements to reduce risk. And, it helped me a lot. So there's quite a few secrets in Phillip Island. It's a beautiful track.
It's almost like your Augusta in a way.
Yeah.
It's like the Augusta's not a long golf course.
Yeah.
It's not
technical.
Yeah, like it's not the most challenging as such, but when you add in the wind and you add in the crowd and the weather and all of those conditions, and then you get some people that just play good at Augusta, it almost seems like, to draw that analogy, like Phillip Island was that place for you. That it's like that was your Masters where you just knew something about that course that other guys didn't know.
Yeah, the nicest thing for me around Phillip Island was I didn't race there any more than anybody else.
Yeah.
I never raced at Phillip Island before I got to World Championships. So everybody thought, you've raced here in the past, you grew up racing here. And I'm like, no, I never road raced in Australia. I'd only ever been on a go-kart track. That was it before I went overseas. And so it was nice that everybody thought I grew up knowing all these secrets. Like, no, I just learnt them over time. And it was because of the weather and all these conditions and the tough track conditions and surface and things like that I just kept learning year by year. And it was very nice because it was almost everybody's favourite track as well.
Yeah.
So the fact that it was everybody's favourite track was a bit like Augusta. The fact that it was the Masters, everybody wanted that one. So it was nice that, you know, we sort of always been able to keep them at bay.
So when was the last time you rode there?
I did a parade lap in 2013. That was it.
No,
I haven't
when was
been
the
to
last
Phillip
time you
Island.
rode there? Like really just fucking hooked in.
2012 in the race.
We got to get you back, bro.
Yeah, I know. I've been wanting to go back for a long time, but it's, you know, it's a long way from here, and I don't know. It's hard to set everything up.
Yeah.
I haven't wanted to go to Phillip Island for the Grand Prix for a while.
And what's in that?
I've got nowhere to hide. I've got nowhere to get away.
Yeah.
It would just be a really busy, hectic weekend for me.
Yeah.
And it's that whole thing. I don't think I'd enjoy it.
Yeah. But do you think that knowing this stuff now though, like, because that's sort of how I feel. Like I feel like, and that's why I put so much effort into like the meditation and that side of things. It's like I want to just know the things that fuck me up essentially, and then I almost want to get to the point where like I go, oh, that does this to me, that does this to me, that, and it's just knowing is enough for me to just
know.
Yeah, but so you don't think that knowing it, like to me, I think like as soon as I know that something is like, okay, this is a thing for me that produces this reaction.
Yeah.
I almost feel like just the knowledge of it means that I can be better than it in a way, if that makes sense.
It helps me deal with it, that's for sure, better, but it still doesn't necessarily take it away.
Yeah.
It's always, you know, knowledge is king, as they always say, you know, even knowledge within yourself. It's so much easier to deal with things and understand what's going on and what makes you react and all these sorts of things, but it doesn't necessarily still make me enjoy it, and I want to go down and Phillip Island and enjoy it. Yeah. So I'll actually go down there again, you know, once COVID and everything's sort of finished and completely free. I'll head down there and actually ride down there on a bike. I've always wanted to do the ride down with a few mates and enjoy it. Yeah. But yeah, I don't know how much time I'll spend at the track. I'll you know, take the mates there and show them around, and then I'll be like, yeah, right. Yeah. I'm out.
If you enjoyed this content, please like and subscribe. And to listen to the full 3-hour podcast, search Gypsy Tales in your favorite podcast platform or click the link in the description below. Gypsy Gang.